Hi all, this is Jordan with Bean Analytics and Consulting. A problem we see businesses facing often is where do we expand next? And how do we use data and analytics to make this decision more intelligent? We do a lot of work around expansion strategy and adding data and analytics to that process. And this week, with Bed Bath & Beyond announcing bankruptcy, we wanted to take a look at their stores and market planning and location strategy to say, even though the business failed, what can we learn about how they built this empire and how they expanded nationwide? And so what we're going to do is give you 3 insights in 3 minutes that we learned from looking at all Bed Bath & Beyond locations still around today. Our first insight is around location efficiency and reaching as many customers as possible without cannibalizing between stores. Now, we drew a 5-mile radius around every Bed Bath & Beyond location and wanted to share how efficient their locations were across different markets. We pulled out a couple states with a large number of locations, and that's what you're looking at on the screen right now. Every circle is a 5-mile radius around a current store. Let's zoom in on a couple markets. So for example, in Atlanta, look how much coverage they get of the Atlanta market with just 9 locations. These 3 circles don't overlap, but they're so close to each other that anyone living in any of these circles doesn't have to drive more than 5 miles to reach a Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's move down to Florida. We can see along the coast here, Sarasota, great coverage. Tampa Bay, great coverage. Orlando, 3 locations. This 5-mile radius covers so much of the coast in so few number of locations. And if we pull over to Texas, we see that same theme. Look at how many stores are in Houston, but no one has to drive more than 5 miles to get to that location. So insight number 1, location efficiency. Figure out how far will a customer travel to your product and then build a market plan around that. Our second insight is around finding the right places in those markets to locate given their target customer. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond is a value brand. It sits somewhere between higher end retail and lower end retail, and as such, it needs to reach the typical American household, middle class income in good areas. And when we pulled the data in that 5-mile radius around each of their locations, we found about 150,000 population, $75,000 household income, and about 4% 5-year population growth. Now, those numbers are right in line with US benchmarks on household income and population growth. So this tells us they were reaching the right types of customers in their areas. They just couldn't find the right product mix to sell to that customer. But they had product market fit for their brand, for their value proposition, given the areas where they were locating. Our third location insight is about understanding the surrounding area. Now, for a retail brand like Bed Bath & Beyond, this means 2 things. One is, are there enough people passing nearby to help drive car traffic to these locations? And do they have the right brands around them that can complement who they are? Let's jump back to the map and look at some of the analysis for what this is. These are all the locations in North Carolina. And what we're going to do is zoom in on a couple of these Raleigh locations and overlay car traffic data on these locations to see what we can find. So what you're looking for is darker colors. That means more cars travel on that road. So for this location, we find about 51,000 people are driving along the road that's closest by to that location. And if we jump down to this other one here, we see about 21,000 cars are traveling. And if we move over to a third, we see about 42,000 cars. So we see tens of thousands of cars on average. The second part of that is being around other brands that complement your product and bring in the same type of customer. And what we found is that about 90% of stores had a Starbucks within 1 mile. About 2/3 of stores had a Chipotle. About 62% had a Best Buy. And about 56% had a Target. And so there's really good infrastructure around the Bed Bath & Beyond locations. That's our 3 insights in 3 minutes. Having good location efficiency for the area, finding the areas that have product market fit with your customer in a market, and finding good surrounding area characteristics to drive customers to your business or service will help make more informed expansion decisions, and data and analytics helps at every step of the way. Thanks for watching.